again with Darkforge GFX. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to export and import a large database. You can do this with any database, but if you have a database that's, 25, 50, 100 megabytes, you're going to get timeout errors if you try to import it normally. So I'm going to show you how to import it without having those problems or having to open up the file and split it into pieces. This is really simple. First thing we want to do is back up our database correctly. So we want to go into our control panel, go to your databases, and then phpMyAdmin. To keep the tutorial low, I'm not actually going to download the file because it's 40 something megs. What you want to do is go in here, you want to export your entire database. Just click on export at the top. Make sure you select all. You want to uncheck add if not exists. Under data, you need to make sure you uncheck complete inserts and uncheck extended inserts. If you don't, you'll get errors in the program we're going to use. Just go ahead and click Save File As. The compression is none or zipped, whichever you prefer. I would go with none, and then go ahead and download. And in my case, I'm just going to delete this database because I just downloaded it to make the video faster. And I did pick a very large database just to do this with. Now we're done with our database for now. What we need to do is get the program that we're going to use. The program is called Bigdump. It's a staggered MySQL dump importer, which is what that says. Just go ahead and download it. You can either use this URL or you can just Google Bigdump. What it does is it'll stop and start the import, so it won't time out. Now, once we have all that, we have our Bigdump file and then we have our database. You're going to want to open the database, preferably in WordPad or another editor. I don't use Notepad because it locks up. You're going to have this information at the top. You do not need this information. You can just erase from the create table, new authors, or whatever your first table is. You can just get rid of it. And then go ahead and save the file. To make it simple, I'm just going to rename the file to import. It is an SQL file, so it'll be import.sql. What we want to do is open up Bigdump, and what you're going to do is you're going to input your server information. And your file name. Our file name is import.sql. And just go ahead and close this. What we're going to do is we're going to upload the Bigdump file, but we're also going to zip this. If you can unzip on your server, I would zip it up, upload it to the server, and unzip it. Otherwise, you're going to have to upload, 25, 50, 100 megs, whatever it is. And I don't feel like doing that personally. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload the import.zip to to our public HTML folder. And then we'll upload the bigdump.php file to our public HTML folder. You can upload this anywhere. This is just where I'm uploading it to make it simple. Now what we want to do is go into our file manager, our HTML folder, and I'll unzip the SQL database. And then I can just click on Bigdump if you use cPanel. Or you can go to the URL. You'll get this screen, and then just click Start Import. It will slowly but surely import your database, and when it's finished, it will let you know that it's finished. If you do not export the database the way I told you to, this program won't work. You'll get errors. If you try to import a 50 or 100 megabyte database the normal way, even if it's zipped, chances are it's going to time out. A lot of people have that problem. Say they can't move their site. This is the program, and this is the way to do it to make sure you get everything. Once you finish this, your database is perfectly fine. Back to the way it was. And I guess we just wait a second here. It's kind of boring, especially if you have a real big database. I'm only using a 40 something meg database, but I've had to do this with 150 megabyte databases, and it works perfect. Just takes a little bit of time. Once it's finished, you get a congratulations. It reached the end of the file. It doesn't know that it's okay. It just assumes it is. But then you can delete your database in the Bigdump file if you want to, and you can also go in and just make sure that your database is there. Check your site, make sure it works, and if you have any problems, then you can always ask in the forums. Thanks.